What's going on, everybody, man? It's your boy King David here in the building, man, and we here with the third episode of the For Real Show. Coming at you on a travel edition. I had to take care of some business out of town, so I'm actually riding back, but this is the only time to record, so fuck it. We're going to get right on into it. I'm here with P today, man, and P, man, say what's up to the people, man. What's good?
Hey, good afternoon. What's up?
How was your week, P?
It was long, very long.
Long?
Yeah.
As long you ain't do anything, man, you know, nothing special. You ain't go to go out, you know what I'm saying, party, ain't do no party and nothing like that. Nothing happened today, P. What's going on?
It's a pandemic, man. I go to work and
Huh?
I go home.
Work and come home. Oh, that's
Pandemic.
trash.
I go to work and go home. That's my life right now, you know.
How about the ladies, P? We want to know about the ladies. What's going on with the ladies, though? Crickets.
Man, I don't want to talk about that, man.
All right, no problem. No problem.
Oh, man.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, we are back with another episode, man. So, you know, for me, I'll talk about my week. My week has been, you know, it's been pretty relaxing. You know, I spent most of this week just relaxing, recovering and shit like that. We're gonna talk about more about that a little bit later on. But yeah, I spent most of my week just relaxing, just recovering, chilling, just trying to get my energy back, trying to eat stuff that gives me energy instead of steals energy away from me. Just really trying to stay on the up and up as far as my diet and as far as my energy levels, and just trying to not do things um, that take away energy, like I said before. So I just been really in relaxed mode, and you know, and a little bit of planning mode too, just kind of planning for the future, putting some things together where we can kind of make it work in the near future, and things like that. You know what I mean? So for me, it was a very relaxing week. I believe I suspect next week is going to be much more intense and much more vigorous. Not really like too enthused about that right now because I'm still kind of in recovery mode. Like I said, we're gonna talk more about that. But that's pretty much where I'm at. You know, man. P, any thoughts about that? Your boy in recovery mode / planning mode.
I mean, just take it easy, you know.
Like,
It's one thing at a time. And, you know, like I said before, try to eat stuff that has as at least neutral on the pH scale, neutral and alkaline. So that means like no soda, no pork chops, you know,
pork chops, man. What the
just
fuck?
good,
I
no
ain't
pork
no
chops,
goddamn
you
pork
know,
chops ever. I don't remember the
no
last time I had pork
chitlins,
chops. Chitlins?
you know,
Oh,
just,
in the
hey,
1960s?
you know,
There ain't no goddamn chitlins.
hey,
You know, people still eat that shit.
you know, just,
I was so blown away the other day. I was at uh, a family member's house, and motherfucker offered me chitlins. I couldn't believe it. I was like really chitlins, really, like seriously. They were like, yeah, chitlins. You don't want none? No, first of all, no. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't want no goddamn chitlins. And second of
yeah,
all, where the fuck you find chitlins? Like, where you go to get that shit? You go to Publix or
I
Kroger to
mean,
find chitlins? Where you go to find chitlins?
it's
Somebody,
it's for sale, man. It's for
hey,
sale.
if you listening to
Somebody
this
will
shit,
buy it, so
comment.
they will sell it.
If you listen
You
to
know,
this
you
shit,
can buy
comment below
almost any part of the animal.
yeah, but where the fuck you find it at? I mean, if you listen to this video, comment below where the fuck you can find chitlins, because I don't know. I literally do not know where you can find chitlins. I have no idea. I don't know where you buy that shit at. I assume it's in the meat section, but where in the meat section? Goddamn, I only see ground beef and chops and
Yeah,
stuff like that. I don't see no
I mean,
damn. Hmm?
the same areas where they sell chicken feet, where they sell cow tongue, where they sell tripe, where
Man,
you
what the
know, all
fuck?
that stuff, man. They sell, you know,
Tripe? You can't
yeah,
find that in a regular grocery store. You got to go to a meat
yeah,
market
you
or some
can.
shit, probably, huh?
They sell it. They sell it. You know, if you go to like Publix or something like that, they have it.
Publix. Oh, see,
Uh,
I don't. I'm next time I go to the store, I'm looking for it. I just want to find. I just want to know for my own knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Where can I get chitlins at? I just need to know. Like this is bothering me now. I'm about to Google this shit in a minute. Fuck this shit. I'm Googling it. Fuck this shit. Chitlin. But hold on. But I mean, that's the name of the dish. It's not the actual. It's not the actual. The meat that you actually get from there. Because the actual meat you get from there is what? Is pig intestines. I think that's the actual meat. Chitlin is the name of the dish.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's
Yeah,
what it
so
is.
yeah, so I mean, we have to go shopping for pig intestines. I ain't gonna look for that shit now. That's a little bit too much, but I am gonna do my research on my own time and figure that shit out because this is clearly one of life's goddamn mysteries. But anyway, let's go on here and get right into the first topic today, man. We got a new prezi. We got a new prezi in the building, man. What was inauguration day, people? Was it the 21st, the 25th? What day was it? The 15th?
I think it was the 20th, the 20th of January.
The 20th of January. Okay, the 20th of January, we sworn a new president of the United States, a new vice president. Joe Biden is the new president of the United States, with his vice president Kamala Harris. The new president and vice president, man. I mean, P, what's your thoughts on the new president?
I mean,
His first impressions.
I don't really think he's gonna do anything for black people. To be honest with you, the only thing that I really expect, that I expect people to hold him accountable for is his promise saying that he would forgive student loan debt. So I believe he'll probably address that issue. He might not forgive it completely, but he'll probably do something for student loan debt. But other than that, I don't really think he's gonna do anything significant for black people. Um, you know, especially since he had that Zoom meeting that leaked with him talking to all the so-called black leaders and how he was talking to them like they were children, saying what he will and what he won't do. I just, I don't know. It's gonna be more of the same.
Do you feel like that kind of conversation, at least him saying what he will and won't do, you feel like that's at least a step in the right direction, though?
Nope.
No.
I mean, if you're talking about a step in the right direction, I mean, no, I don't. I don't. You know,
Mhm.
it's gonna be boring, more of the same, or if anything, laws that get passed, you know, that won't be in the best interest of black people. It'll be in the best interest of people of color, but it won't be in the best interest of black people. When I say people of color, they group a whole bunch of different groups under that people of color, and it's always black people that don't get anything, you know.
So very, very, very true. Um, Absolutely. For me, Joe Biden, man, like you said, man, as far as his contribution to black people, I don't really see it being more than Trump or Obama. I mean, I see it's being for most part in the same situation as we were then, as far as black people are concerned. I, um, I did see something where it was like Ice Cube was trying to make he was trying to make another address to black people. I think it
Yeah,
was. He was trying to do that.
yeah,
I like that Ice Cube is doing that, man. I like that Ice Cube is being very consistent in what he wants for the people. You know what I'm saying? So I like that people like that are around and people like that are
yeah.
trying to voice their opinion on what needs to be done in society when it comes to black people and that sort of thing. And, do I feel like he's more prone to listen to anyone else? Not really. But we just got to stay on these fools' necks and continue to do what we do and reach for even higher levels. You know what I'm saying? In order to get to a place, um, get to the place we believe we should be. You know what I mean? Um, but overall, he was, you know what? He was Obama's vice president for 8 years. I don't feel like they really like each other. Like you know what I mean? You know,
Obama and Biden?
um,
Oh no, they like each
yeah, I don't
other.
really feel like
They
they
they,
really.
they like each
You think
other.
so?
Hmm?
I feel like a little
Yeah.
underlining beef. I don't know why.
I mean, Obama was on the campaign trail for Biden. You know, he was there at his inauguration and everything.
I mean, he
I
was, but it
don't
felt more
think
like
you
an
wouldn't really do
obligation
that if
rather
you
than
didn't like
something you
him.
trying to do. Well, I mean, it felt more like an obligation rather than something you trying to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you
Yeah.
was running for president, and I go on your campaign trail and I'm like there, you know what I'm saying? You know, but
Well,
Obama, it
what
felt
does
more
Obama
like
have?
he.
What? But Obama already served his 8 years. What more does he have to gain?
I mean, yes,
He doesn't have
I
not. He
don't know.
has nothing to gain out of it.
Well, he does. He does. I mean, we got to think about politics. You know what I'm saying? When you got
He could
your,
stay. He could stay out of politics and still make millions each year.
well, it's not about money. You know what I'm saying? It's more so about the power that you gain by having an ally, at least a public ally, you know what I'm saying, out there making moves for you. You know what I'm saying?
Uh,
So I feel like it's more so like a public thing rather than like I fuck with this dude. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I mean, I don't really have nothing to base that on. It's just more so just me kind of like vibing out energy. But like,
mm-hmm.
that's just kind of how I feel about it. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
know, as far as student loan debt, I mean, it would be very nice if he can wipe out student loan debt, man. I'm gonna keep it all the way funky. That would be great. I owe $100,000 in student loan debt. My shit is off the rockers right now with it. So if he could eliminate that, that would be great. That's all I really need you to do, my boy. If you could handle that, that would be wonderful. Um, I don't know. I mean, um, he's definitely more politically correct than Trump. You know, as far as the way
Yeah.
he speaks to people, not being offensive. You know what I mean, or overtly offensive. He's one of those subliminal guys. You know what I'm saying? Which if I had to choose, do I like subliminal disses or do I like overt disses better? I mean,
I,
either way,
I like
somebody's
it. I like it in my face. If you don't like me,
yeah,
I want to know that you don't like me.
exactly,
Prefer
exactly.
that.
Like if it's a
Yeah.
problem, like I'd rather you just tell me it's a problem rather than me gotta having to like read in between the lines and shit. And you know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
know, um, we'll see though, man. I mean, we'll give it a chance and see what happens. You know what I mean? And hopefully, this 4 years goes better than the last 4 years.
Well,
Um,
what do you think about his vice president, Kamala Harris?
Kamala Harris. Ah, man. There's a lot of very like negative things out there about Kamala Harris. As far as a lot of the policies that she enacted, getting a lot of black people locked up, and that's hard to ignore. That's very, very hard to ignore. There's even stuff out there where she's saying she's not black, that what did she say she was? Mixed, or what did she say?
She's like, she's Jamaican descent and Indian.
First of all, what Jamaican descent, that's black. Ah, I
Well,
mean, mm, go ahead.
well, I mean, you can explain. You can explain.
I mean, Jamaican descent. I mean, Jamaica is a predominantly black island for the most part. Most of the inhabitants of Jamaica are descendants of African or African descent, um, or black descent. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that live there that are, have other descents like Chinese and things like that. But for the most part, people of African or Black descent. So to say you're of Jamaican descent is just like it's to me it's like a way of dancing around saying that you're Black, which I'm not cool with. Um, what? But I don't remember specifically what it is she said. What did she say exactly that she was? P. She said Jamaican descent and what? Native
Jamaican
American or some shit.
no, like Jamaican and Indian.
Jamaican and Indian. Like Indian, like India, Indian, or Indian
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Native American.
yeah, like yeah, Indian, like India, Indian. You know.
Okay, okay. Well, if you have any part of Black in you, you're Black. You know what I'm saying? Like, um, even in India, I believe if you go far, you know, far enough back, you'll find that there are definitely some similarities within the lineage between Indian people and people of African descent. Um, but all in all, I just don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like that. Just say you're Black. You know what I'm saying?
Uh,
Tell people you're not Black. This is pretty much what it is. But it really you are, and they see you as Black.
hmm.
So there's no real reason for you to. What about you? What you think about Kamala?
Well, I mean, in my opinion might not be the most popular, but I just have to say, I don't know, man. Like you know, for some reason, I don't trust her. I just don't trust her. I don't think she really have the best interests of Black men at heart, you know. And I'm not saying, you know, I'm not saying that every Black woman that dates a white guy is a problem, but I would just say sometimes you need to look at them a little bit closely because a lot of times, not all the time, but a lot of times the Black women they become very bitter towards Black men when they when they marry interracially and stuff. And it's not all of them, but a lot of times, you know. So I don't know.
The thing is
I would just say yeah.
sorry to interrupt for a second, but a lot of times couples take on the ideologies of each other. You know what I'm saying? So if your
Yeah.
husband is a white man, you're gonna take on some of his ideologies, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to everything. And if your husband is racist, and look, and here's the thing, like, you know, a lot of people think that just because a man or a woman, or white man or a white woman, or whoever race man or whoever race woman is willing to take in another race as a partner, that means that they're not racist. Not by no means. Not by no means does that mean that that person isn't racism, because if they still practice racism, they still practice white supremacy, they still take
Yeah.
on all those ideologies, and they still do things to disenfranchise other groups of people, you know, from resources and you know and things like that. Um, so when I see Kamala married to a white man, a lot of her ideals and things like that, they kind of like that ideology. I'm sure is ingrained in her a little bit. She doesn't see Black people the same. You know what I'm saying? In my
Yeah.
eyes.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, time will tell, and you know they say actions speak louder than words. So you know they'll be in you know they got 4 years. You know, Biden might not have 4 years, but she definitely got 4 years.
Why you say Biden might not have 4 years?
He like 77 years old, man.
Man, 77 years young, man.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know in his case, but you know, let's just say they got 4 years. So they got 4 years to, you know, to let their actions speak louder than their words. You know,
Yeah.
Biden won this time. The only reason he won is not because people really wanted him. He won because people were tired of Trump. That's it.
Yeah.
It's like, this guy got to go. That's what the majority of people were saying. So, you know,
Yeah. It was still a
Trump,
close race too.
he kind of set us back in a lot of different areas. You know, when you think about like solar power and stuff like that, he set us back.
Yeah, yeah, he did some real fuckery. When you see those super delegate votes, man, and those electoral college votes swing overwhelmingly in one direction, that right there, you know, man, all that recount stuff, I was just like, yeah, you spinning your wheels. You don't see all them super delegates, but I'm guessing he did all that for his people. You know, that was probably more of a publicity stunt slash PR thing he was doing for his Trump supporters and stuff like that. Because you know, it was overwhelmingly in the favor as far as the electoral college and super delegates.
Yeah, he was doing that to save face. Because look at it this way. One, in general, he didn't want to become president. I don't think he really thought he was gonna win. Because I mean, he was a billionaire. He was making his money. He had his business and stuff. I think he was using it as publicity. But he won, and he's like, "Dang, I won. Now I actually got to do this." But you know, he knew towards the end of his term, you know, so much things was going to happen. So he was doing things to save face, because now, you know, if he don't win, he got to now he has to transition back to civilian life. He has to run his businesses again, which are doing bad right now.
Oh shit.
So yeah, he make a scene, and he get his supporters, you know, all riled up. That way, you know, they'll continue to support him when he leave office, and he can also put pressure on other elected officials. So that's how he has his power outside of office. Like right now, they're trying to impeach him. He can go on a campaign run and talk about, oh, whichever Republican that's running for office, when their time is up, he can say, "Don't vote for this guy. This guy voted against me," or something like that. And the Trump supporter is going to listen. And those Republicans know that, so they're not all, you know, really interested in impeaching him. They still want to be in office. You know?
Well, whatever the case is, you know, the run is over. He can now go back to doing whatever he did. How about this though, Pete? What you think about him pardoning a whole bunch of people before he left office? What you think about all that?
I mean, presidents do that all the time. So
yeah, but he pardoned people like Kodak Black and who else did he pardon? Dude from Philly, Casanova. Was he one of, or did he not pardon Casanova? Casanova?
I don't think he did that. I think he pardoned Kodak Black and Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne, okay. What do you think about him pardoning Kodak Black and Lil Wayne?
Lil Wayne knew he had the gun charge, and it was like, hey, you support us on our campaign run, we'll handle that situation for you. And Lil Wayne put on the Trump clothes, and he was pushing hard for him. And you know, that's how Trump operates. You do something for me, I do something for you.
He put on the jester hat.
Yeah.
And the tap shoes.
Yeah.
Oh man.
We know what it is, you know, like that. You know, but yeah, presidents do that. When their time is up, they have a list of people. They pardon whoever they want to pardon. Look, you know, Bush I don't know if you ever heard of this guy. You know who John Forte is?
Nah, never heard of.
John Forte. He was he worked with the Fugees and stuff. He was a musician,
Hmm.
and he got arrested a while ago. It was for like drug trafficking or something like that. So he was sitting in jail, but Bush gave him a pardon.
Damn.
That was like back in I think like 2008. So they do what they want.
They do what they want. Yeah, that's the realest shit ever. They do what they want. I ain't lying. I think it's funny though that Kodak Black and Lil Wayne was pardoned now. But shout out to them, man. They were both pardoned. So, they got what they needed to get out of this whole Trump situation. And, they good after that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man,
Well,
those go ahead.
well, Kodak isn't necessarily good because he got cleared of that particular case, but he does have another case that's pending in another state of, I think it's like some type of rape charge or something like that. That is still going, so he's not completely out of the blue.
Kodak.
So,
Ain't that your boy? That's your boy right there.
I mean, he might go back to jail.
I don't,
It's a
rape charge, that's serious, man. That's crazy as fuck. Man, these young dudes, man. Keep your head low. You know what I'm saying? Keep your head low and just try to get that money and go home, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I can't speak on that situation because I mean, obviously I wasn't there, but I mean, when you're young and you're a celebrity and you got money and stuff like that, just don't want to put yourself in those type of situations,
For sure.
because now you're dealing with the he say she say, and you're a black man. Yeah, it's not looking good for you.
Never a good look, man. Never a good look. Doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter the circumstances. Just never a good look, man. And, hopefully, that situation is resolved in a way where, if he's guilty of it, that he gets what's coming to him. If not, he gets out of that situation with identity and everything intact, reputation intact. Not no jail time, none of that. He can get up out of that situation and still be able to get his money if he didn't do it. So, But yeah, man, we'll go ahead and move on to the next topic. You know what I'm saying? Before that, man, I just got back to the crib, so I'm about to go inside and we're about to change the ambiance up a little bit on my side and keep this thing pushing a little bit. Pete, before we go ahead and move on to the next topic, man, anything else you want to discuss when it comes to the new President Biden, Vice President Harris, and just this new administration in general, or anything about the old administration? I'm gonna turn my camera off. I'm gonna let you cook for about 2-3 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, to tell you the truth, I feel like it's just going to be more of the same. As far as getting things done, Black people, there are other things that are far more important that we need to pay attention to, other than who's the president of the United States. We need to support Black-owned businesses. We need to, get our money circulating in our communities. We need to invest. We need to educate. There's just so much more things that we need to do, that I think before we even talk about voting, a lot of times when election times come, people keep pushing, oh, you need to vote, you need to vote, you need to, things need to change. You want change, you need to vote. But they don't educate people on, quid pro quo voting. They don't tell people, hey, you need to talk to these politicians, try, send them an email, see what their campaign is running on. You need to make demands. Every other group makes demands, like the Hispanic group, Asians, every other group. When politicians go out on their campaign runs, they're always telling them what they're going to do for them. But when it comes to black people, all they do is they show their face, they wave their hands, and they promise them nothing. And that needs to change. I think elected officials throughout the years, recent years, that they're starting to sense more and more black people are getting fed up with what's going on in politics. Case in point, how Hillary Clinton lost the election. So I think black people need to continue and put their foot on their necks, basically. And like I said, time will tell. First, 2, 3, first 1 or 2 years, we'll see what Biden is going to do. And, fourth year, he's probably not going to do nothing, but we'll see. We'll see. One current thing, though, is that on Biden's campaign, he was trying to push. He promised for student loan forgiveness. He promised $10,000 per person for student loan forgiveness. But you have a lot of Democrats in Congress. They're pushing for $50,000 per person. I think they brought that to the floor last night, and they're trying to get Trump. I mean, not Trump. They're trying to get Biden to agree on the $50,000 per person. So, I mean, we'll see how that goes.
I'm all for all that.
Yeah.
I told you I'm
up there. I'm up there too, man. I'm up there too. I'm up there too. It's crazy how they let you sign these huge loans to go to college, but they, don't want to really give you no loan when you want to start up a business,
Hey, that's a whole nother topic right there, man. Give you loans for school, give you loans for a house, but won't give you no business loans. Interesting. However, that said, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next topic. We're gonna go ahead and get it in, man. And the next topic is sports. Sports, Pete. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about some good sports, man. I know that right now the topic, the big thing right now is football. We're gonna talk a little basketball first, and then we're gonna ease into some football. So P, what's going on, man, with the NBA, man? I know you don't really watch too much NBA. First of all, talk about who your team is. What's your team looking like right now?
Well, I mean, I do like basketball. That's always been something that's been a favorite of mine since a child. But I'm a Miami Heat fan. I've been a Heat fan since the 1995. Alonzo Mourning, Tim Hardaway, Sean Leonard, PJ Brown, Dan Marley. I'm a Heat fan. This year, I haven't been watching too many games, but I've been keeping up a little, man. I see they lose games that they should be winning. Like they don't get blown out in most games. They lose by like 3 or 5 points, within 10 points, and that's been I would say a flaw of the team throughout the last couple of years. And I feel like that's something they need to work at. I know there's, some of their star players haven't been actively on the floor for every single game because of like COVID-19 protocols. But man, I feel like they need another person to step up.
Yeah, I mean, another person would be nice. Like for a while, a lot of people were talking about James Harden possibly getting down to Miami.
Oh no,
before he went to the Nets.
He would be a terrible fit for the Heat.
I don't think he would have been a terrible fit. I think he would have been a good fit for the Heat.
You know
I
what?
think
You
I
know
think
why?
so.
Yeah. You know why I say that is because Miami is a, even if their record isn't that good, Miami is known for being a very aggressive and physically in shape team. Like they will bench you if you come to practice in training camp. If you come out of shape, they will put you on the bench.
All right. Okay. So the media put out all this narrative about James Harden being out of shape, and I get it.
Man,
He was fat. He was fat. He was fat as hell. I give
man,
you that. He was fat.
he came there looking like an early Rick Ross, man. Come on.
He was fat for sure, for sure. But James Harden is always in top shape. You seen the first game he got to Brooklyn, dude put up like 44 points. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like no
he put
problem.
up
He would
points.
play like he played
He
like
put up
50
points, but he don't
minutes.
play defense, man. His defense is trash.
Yeah, that's
He
true.
did,
But
and
look, but
that's another thing. Heat is a good defensive team. He would have to play. He has to play on both sides of the court. He can't
and
do that.
he
How he
gets a
plays.
bad rap for the defense too. James Harden be playing defense. Like, is he a top 10 defender? Hell no, absolutely not. But James Harden, he defends. He defends. He heard what people talk about him not playing defense, and he plays defense. I think he would have been a good fit for the Heat, with all those spot up shooters over there, with Bam Adebayo over there in the playing that center. He has a lot of people. James Harden likes to penetrate and kick out. And with all those shooters over there, he would have been in heaven. He would have really liked being over there in Miami and in decent shape, like how he's playing right now in Brooklyn. I think it would have been a great fit for James Harden if he would have
Well,
made it down there to
I
Miami.
would say now that he went to Brooklyn, I would say he's contributing a little bit more. But I would probably say that's probably because he played with KD in the past.
Well,
When he
you
was on the
remember
Thunder,
he didn't want to be in Houston though. He didn't want to be in
no, he
Houston. He
wanted
was
to be
over
out.
Houston.
He wanted to be out of Houston, but when he was on Houston, he was the primary like player, like give the ball to Harden, give the ball to Harden. But now, you know, he go to Brooklyn. You have two people that won a championship already. Harden hasn't won a championship. You have two players that won a championship, and you have two bigger name, or if not equal name players. And keep in mind when he was playing on the Thunder, he wasn't the primary player. It was always KD. So now when he goes to Brooklyn, he's a little bit more of a facilitator. But I do want to. That's an interesting thing. I don't know how that fit is going to work
James Harden
because
always had about 7 assists a game. He always averaged about that. You know what I'm saying? He was always
yeah,
somewhat a facilitator. When he was working with Clint Capella, he would do just what he's kind of doing now. He would drive to the basket, and when he couldn't get an open look or he couldn't finish easily enough, he would dish it out or kick it out or pass it on the inside or throw a little alley to Clint Capella so he would finish. So I mean,
yeah.
I think James
But
I think James
if you
Harden.
look now, but if you look now, the amount of shots that he take, it has went down by a lot.
It has because
It's went down by a lot ever since Kyrie came back. So
and
I'm
that's
just saying like they
normal.
need to work that out.
Yeah, that's normal. I mean, with Kyrie on because Kyrie also takes a lot of shots. Um, you know what I'm saying? So like that's only natural that him and Kyrie are going to, they're gonna have to both kind of like compromise when it comes to that. But KD gets his 30 regardless. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so it don't matter what you do with KD. He's gonna come out of there with 30, just like Kawhi. So
Well, KD is he's the star. He's the real star player of the team.
oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
So
I'm ex. I would have liked to. I would have liked to see James Harden come to Miami. I think that would have been real exciting. Um, for
yeah.
the Heat fans, and it would have. I think it would have went very well, also too. You know what I'm saying? I think it would have went even better than it then it would have gone. I think it would have went better than any other team, actually. 76ers included. Even
Well, the
Brooklyn.
Sixers,
I think it would have been a better mesh.
I don't really care about the Sixers. They suck. So
Sixers
they
doing well
they
this
they
year. Sixers are
and
like,
they
I think
suck,
they're like
man.
number 1 or number 2 seed.
They suck. They're not going nowhere. They need to break that team up.
They got a new coach. They got Doc Rivers over there. You know what I'm saying?
It don't matter. They need to break Ben Simmons and what's his name? They need to break them up, man. Ben Simmons is he's too docile, man. He don't have that attack energy in him, man.
Man, I don't know if you can say he's too docile. Ben Simmons attacks the rim. He's an attacker. He just can't fucking shoot. That's the problem with Ben Simmons. He can't spread the floor at all. So, you know what I mean? But he's always attacking. He's always, attacking the rim and then dishing to other players. He's a good facilitator and everything like that. He just can't fucking shoot.
But they're gonna have to do something because I know it definitely is not their year. They're not gonna do nothing. They're not doing nothing this year.
Their year was the year that Kawhi won a few years ago in Toronto. That was their year. They lost at Game 7 to the Raptors, and that was their year that they were supposed to win.
Yeah, they had Jimmy Butler, right?
They had Jimmy Butler. They had JJ Redick was on the team at that time. They had Ben Simmons. They had what's the big dude name?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
They had all the pieces and they fucked it up. So I mean, I see what you're saying.
Why did Jimmy Butler leave? Because he said they play like they don't want to win.
Yeah.
They don't have that in them.
Well,
Miami can have a not so great team, but the culture of the organization is a winning culture. So
what you think Miami needs to do in order to come back? Like, what do you think in order to kind of bounce back this season? Because they kind of started off a little bit rough. They were without Jimmy Butler until maybe like a few games ago. Jimmy Butler came back.
Well,
what do you think they need to do in order to come back?
For the most part, the Heat were able to keep their core together. So I think it's just a matter of them getting, just working on continuing to play with each other, and it's a matter of time before they go on a run. Will they win a championship this year? I don't think so, but I think they'll definitely go to the playoffs, and they can definitely be a tough out, but they might need one more superstar.
One more superstar.
They probably might need one more superstar, because the only reason I say that is because Jimmy Butler, he's not going to give you 30 points every night.
That's why James Harden would have been great. James Harden would have been great over there.
Yeah, maybe. I don't
James
know,
gonna give you at least 20, 25 a night. You know what I'm saying, with 5 assists. You know what I mean? Probably even more than that, but he's gonna do that on a consistent basis.
The thing about Jimmy Butler, he doesn't care about points. He passes the ball. He try to get other people involved. When sometimes he needs to take over the game. Sometimes, hey man, everybody bricking. I mean, you need to take over. You need to start shooting. But that's what he continues to do. He keep passing the ball. So some nights, he'll have like maybe 8 points, but he'll have a lot of assists. He'll have a lot of stops. But they need another player that can score.
Gotcha. Yeah. Another player that can score on there would be nice, but I still see them making it deep into the playoffs, just based on the firepower they got right now. Tyler Hero and those dudes are definitely coming into that.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, unpopular opinion, but I'm not completely sold on Tyler Hero.
You shouldn't be though. You shouldn't be. He hasn't proved that much at this point.
he makes some mistakes, like some bad mistakes with the ball. But you could chalk that for inexperience.
Yeah, I mean, he's
But
still coming into his own. He's still developing. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And we just, we're witnessing him develop. But one thing that we could say about Tyler Hero for sure is he's not afraid of the moment.
yeah,
When he
that's
gets
true.
into a game 7, when he gets into those last 10 minutes of the game, Tyler Hero isn't going to be scared to throw up a 3. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
So I mean, he had the potential, the clutch factor and the game time spirit is there. Just a matter of him just kind of just getting that experience and developing as a player, so that
yeah.
way he can carry his team like that. But he's a good player, man, and they got shooters, man. Duncan Robinson those are shooters
Well,
over there. So
Duncan Robinson, he needs to work on moving without the ball.
true. Yeah, definitely.
He's typical. Like exactly what he's gonna do. Everybody know he's a 3-point shooter. He stay around the perimeter. But he don't really know how to move around without the ball. What's his name? When he played on the Pistons, I want to say it was Rip Hamilton.
I hated that guy, bro. Rip
But
Hamilton.
what did he do? He ran circles all around the court. Like, you get tired chasing after him. He got him.
Yeah.
He got open. That's what Duncan Robinson. He needs to look at how Hamilton was playing and take some stuff from him.
Yeah, Rip Hamilton would just run around in circles, man, and anybody guarding him would just be frustrated because of this dude running around in circles like a chicken with his head fucking cut off. Like I hated watching him play basketball. This shit was annoying. What he did was very effective. I mean, obviously, Pistons got 2 rings, I think, right?
Yeah, I think so.
But I mean, he was still frustrating to watch. That whole Pistons team was just an anomaly. You know what I'm saying? Like, you look at that team, it's just like, yo, what the fuck, bro? Like you, Chauncey Billups, Rip Hamilton, Ben Wallace. That nigga Ben Wallace is like 6'5". Even that LeBron is bigger than him. You know what I'm saying? Imagine LeBron playing center. That's pretty much what Ben Wallace was. Then you had Rasheed Wallace. Oh my God, bro! Like,
yeah,
that's the whole conversation in itself, man. But we don't want to drag this out too much. Let's move off of the Heat for a second, man. Let's look at the NBA as a whole. Who do you like? Who are you watching right now? In the NBA, like as a team to watch, and why?
I mean, the team that's expected to win it this year is the Lakers. That's the Lakers is the team to beat. LeBron.
But by the way, I didn't add this. I'm a Lakers fan. A real Lakers fan. I'm talking about Kobe 24, Kobe number 8 Lakers fan, not a LeBron Lakers fan. But I do fuck with LeBron too. But go ahead. What you were saying, OP.
Yeah, I mean that's who's expected to win it this year. There could be an upset. There are some teams that they have potential. The Hornets, they have a decent squad, especially with what's his name, LaMelo. That's LaMelo Ball, right?
Yeah, LaMelo. He's like LaMelo, huh?
Yeah, he's pretty good with ball handling, man. He's pretty good as a facilitator. He still has some stuff to work on, but I mean, they have a shot at least getting to the playoffs, I think. But I mean,
the Hornets to you are a team to watch.
Team to watch. But as far as the West, Golden State. Well, the Lakers, Golden State. Golden State, I don't think they're gonna win a championship, but they're still gonna be a tough team. In the East, it's between.
Golden State's playing very well right now, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't see them beating the Lakers though.
Nah. Well, nah.
I don't see it. Not in the series.
So the Hornets, Golden State, those are your
well,
two.
No,
Give me 3 more.
The Heat, I'm gonna have to say the Heat, and then Brooklyn.
Bias, man. Leave the Heat out of it. Man.
In Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. Who else?
That's pretty much it.
Why you
At least for me.
you're watching? So you're watching the Hornets because of LaMelo. You're watching the Lakers for obvious reasons. You in Brooklyn for obvious reasons, of course. Who else did you say? The Heat, because you bias like that.
The Heat is a good team.
They're a good team. They're a good team. They're a good team. But
Yeah.
you bias too, though. You bias too. You got to put that in there.
Yeah.
All right, you get that's about 4. Give me one more team that you watching this year.
I said Brooklyn.
Yeah, you said Brooklyn.
I mean, the Clippers is always in the conversation, but we'll see.
There you go.
We'll see.
Why the Clippers?
They have Kawhi Leonard, and they have what's his name? Used to be on the Lakers. Not the Lakers, on the Pacers.
Paul George.
Well, not really Paul George. Paul George has been kind of weak this season, but
this
Kawhi
season
Leonard,
he's been good. No, this season he's been great. What you talking about? Tripping.
They have Kawhi Leonard, So that just having Kawhi Leonard, that's going to put them in the conversation of being at least a tough out in the playoffs.
Got you. Okay. All right.
Maybe the Celtics or Milwaukee, but Milwaukee they still
taking L's.
Yeah, they've been taking L's, and people got them figured out ever since they played against Miami in the playoffs. What's his name? I can't say his last name. Adama Kumpo, something like that. They got him figured out, Giannis, they have him figured out. So we'll see.
Gotcha. Okay, well, let me give my 5. I'm watching. I'm watching the Clippers, man. I like the Clippers. The Clippers are a good, solid team, man. Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, 2 great wing defenders, man. Play very good defense. But in addition to that, they're also very consistent scorers. Kawhi more so than PG, man. PG is very inconsistent in the playoffs. Everybody knows that. But during the regular season, you know that PG is somebody who, you gotta guard. You know what I mean? Otherwise, he's gonna put up 30 on you easy. And then they just got a bunch of other pieces on their team too, like Pat Bev and Lou Williams. God damn, I couldn't think of a lot of these motherfuckers, man. I don't know why. My mind is slipping. They've got some new acquisitions like what's the dude's name? Serge Ibaka. There we go. God damn. They just got a few little pieces on there, man. A few little like rim protectors. They got some nice shooters over there, like Luke Kennard and stuff like that. And they got 2 big superstars over there, man. So I have a prediction they're gonna make it pretty far in the playoffs, like a lot of people do. They kind of choked last year in the playoffs when they lost to Denver in the game 7 where they were up 3 games to, it was a 3-0 or 3-1, one of those. Either way, they were up big and ended up losing in that playoff series. So I think this year is going to be a much different year for them. Kawhi is not doing a load management thing this year. Kawhi is like, I'm playing every game. At least he has a load managed at this point in the season. He looks like he's trying to, like, I'm playing all these games. I don't want to hear none of these stupid ass excuses about me load managing. We're gonna get it in, and I'm gonna see all that in the playoffs. That's pretty much the type of mentality I get from Kawhi and PG right now. So that's pretty dope. I'm also watching the Lakers. Obvious reasons. I'm a Lakers fan, so the Lakers are always gonna be on that watch list. I'm watching the Pelicans. I like the Pelicans, man. I think the Pelicans have some really nice pieces over there, man. Lonzo Ball, Zion Williamson. They got Eric Bledsoe, but I'm not a fan of Eric Bledsoe. They got JJ Redick over there. They got some nice little pieces over there, man. That I think that they can make a pretty nice little run. Brandon Ingram, nice little up and comer right there. Um, Dude's balling out. Um, and like I said, man, I just like their squad. For some reason, though, they seem they're very inconsistent. They can't find a good little rhythm to kind of flow off of. The last few games have been different. I believe they got 2 wins where they were able to kind of get into a little groove. But again, they're very inconsistent. For whatever reason, I'll tell you what, when Zoe shoots the ball bad, if he goes like 1 for 6, they're losing. You know what I'm saying? Zion has been very consistent. Zion's been 30 and 32 points per game like that. Brandon Ingram has been more on the inconsistent side where he'll put up 15, maybe 25 points, you know what I'm saying, depending on what he do. The X factor there, I think it definitely is Lonzo Ball because he'll have nights where he'll go 1 for 6 and it'll just be a bad night for them. They'll end up losing. So they really desperately need dudes like Lonzo Ball and dudes off the bench to really like come in and make their contributions like known and prevalent, you know what I'm saying, in order to get out with some of these W's and stuff like that. So, but I'm watching the Pelicans. I like the Hornets too. I like they got a little squad over there: Devontae Adams, LaMelo Ball, Bridges over there. They got some nice little pieces over there. Terry Rozier has been balling out over there too. So I like them dudes too, man. They're a fresh team. They first year really trying to put it together, but I think even as a first year, they're showing that they're gonna be one of those teams that you're gonna really have to watch out for. You know what I'm saying? Maybe another piece or two, or maybe just the development of the pieces that they already have. And they there. I think LaMelo Ball just started his first game um like he had his first start maybe like 2 games ago or something like that. Which they probably should have started him from a while back, but it's just been going really well, the LaMelo experiment, and dude has been very consistent. Unlike his brother who's been a little inconsistent. So I like the Hornets over there. That's definitely a team I got my eyes on. Who else? Who else? I got two more teams. Two more teams. Brooklyn, of course. Brooklyn for obvious reasons. I think anytime you put KD, James Harden, and Kyrie on the court, um, it's the greatest of all science experiments. You definitely want to see how the fuck that's gonna work out. And so far, it seems like it's all right, but I don't see magic. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, like what you would expect by putting those three on the court together. But they still figuring it out. It's been like a few weeks, so we give it time. But that's definitely a team keeping your eyes on. And who else? Who else? One more team I like to watch from time. I do watch the Heat, but I don't want to count the Heat. I'm from Miami too, by the way, so I'm always watching the Heat root for Heat. But we're not counting the Heat in this. But there's one more team I've been keeping an eye on. Uh, hmm. One more team I'm keeping my eyes on. You know what? You know who I watch a lot? The Knicks. I watch the Knicks a lot. That's hella weird and random. But the Knicks have a lot of new players over there that I'm really curious to see how they do. Um, what's the guy's name over there? RJ Barrett. He's been a pretty consistent player over there for the Knicks. Um, it's kind of cool watching him develop because he's not like a superstar. He doesn't have those like like knockout talent where you're just like, oh shit, RJ Barrett. But he's a really solid, powerful dude who does what he needs to do and puts up the numbers too at the same time. So the Knicks, that's probably my 15 that I'm watching. But that's what I'm looking at right now in the NBA, man. And it's shaping out to be a real interesting season. I'm really curious to see how this season goes, man. Any thoughts on my 5P?
that's who you want to rock with, you know. Good luck.
Damn.
Good luck with that, you
That's
know.
it. Just good luck. Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. Damn. Well, I mean, that's pretty much it. We'll go ahead and move on from the NBA, man. Let's talk about some NFL, man. The Super Bowl is on Sunday. Kansas City Chiefs versus the Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tom Brady, man. Who you got in the Super Bowl, P?
I think Tampa is gonna win it.
Tampa's gonna win. Really? Why you say Tampa? A lot of people are gonna be flicking you off right now in the comment section.
It's rigged.
All kinds of
Because
stuff.
it's rigged, man. It's rigged, man. It's rigged.
Wow.
Tom, what is
Okay,
this?
so-
This is look, this is Tom Brady's 10th Super Bowl. Is this 10th one?
Super Bowl, yep. This is
10th Super Bowl. First time in NFL history, Super Bowl is playing at you know, in the home team's stadium. So in Tampa, it's just, you know, he has the right receivers. He has better receivers now than when he was on Patriots. Everything is in place. Yeah, everything is in place for Tampa to win.
Everything is in place for Tampa to win, but they playing the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs, man. Patrick Mahomes has been what they only lost like one time this season. The Kansas City Chiefs, they lost to the Raiders, which, by the way, the Raiders is my team. You see the hat, you know what the fuck we talking about over here. But Kansas City Chiefs, man, they have been unstoppable this season and last season. Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill, you know, them dudes have just been brilliant on offense. And then their defense performs as well. So when you have a defense that performs, you have a high-powered offense like what the Kansas City Chiefs got. That's a recipe for multiple Super Bowls. And then you got Tom Brady, who's like, how old is Tom Brady now? 46?
Yeah.
That dude old enough to be Pat Mahomes' dad. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but you know, the whole media spin this season is that Tom Brady is having the most fun he's had in a long time.
Hey, shit. Well, you can have fun. That's all fine and dandy. But you playing Pat Mahomes and Tyreek Hill. Them dudes put up 20 points without even blinking. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Did you see the last game? Like the last game versus the Bills, the Chiefs and Bills?
No, I didn't see it.
I'll give you a quick synopsis of how the game went down. The Bills went up 9-0. After that, Patrick Mahomes took over, and that was it. Game over. That was probably in the first quarter. He scored almost every single time he had the ball in his hands. That dude is scary, man.
Yep, I know it's in, you know, you're in Kansas City's favor, but it's rigged.
Hey, look, and I'm not gonna debate you about that, but
what draws more media? What draws more media attention right now? If the Chiefs win, or if the Tampa win? If Brady wins?
Hey, I hear you.
What do the NFL need right now? They need more media attention. They need more views. It's financially is better if Tom Brady wins. So
when it comes
all I'm saying is don't be surprised.
When it comes to games being rigged, I would never debate that. But to what favor is it going to be rigged? Like, to whom is it going to be rigged for?
Tampa.
Okay, but how do you know that?
I know it, man. I know it.
Don't know it. You don't know it because guess what? You don't think there's people out there who are thinking just like you, who are going to put money up on Tampa because of that?
Yeah.
But anytime somebody brings up the fact that something's rigged, I'm always like, okay, it could be rigged. But to whom is it going to be rigged for? And why?
Because
we'll see. Go ahead. What you gonna say?
No, like I said before, it's more as far as media wise and stuff. It's better for Tampa to win versus Kansas City.
Okay. Well, I mean those are definitely your sentiments, but remember this would be back-to-back Super Bowls for Kansas City if they won.
Yeah.
So Kansas City with the possible three-peat for next year. That's a nice little storyline too. Tom Brady winning his first Super Bowl away from the Patriots. That's a great storyline too. Who knows? Only thing I can say for sure is I think this is going to be a really entertaining Super Bowl this year, and I'm actually going to watch it. You know what I'm saying? I don't watch Super Bowl every year. It has to intrigue me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm watching it this year for sure. I like the teams that are in the Super Bowl. I think it's going to be an entertaining game, and just like we talked about, the storylines are going to be great. So we won't really see what's going on. All right, so you got anything you want to add on this topic? We're about to move on to the next one, P.
I'm good.
All right, so you reside. All right, so the last and final topic we're gonna discuss is COVID-19, man. We're gonna talk about COVID. We're gonna talk about COVID. Not the best of topics right now because a lot of people are affected by it. A lot of people are going through it when it comes to COVID, but nonetheless, we will discuss COVID and all it entails. Now, first, I mean, let's talk about right now with me, my experience with COVID right now. So here's the thing: I don't know that I have COVID, but for the last week I was sick. I was sick as fuck. I was in the bed, in the fetal position with the shivers. Feeling real weak, feeling weak as hell, in the bed, and I don't know whether or not that was COVID. But what I can tell you is, I was out of there. You know what I'm saying? Even now I'm in like recovery mode. That's why I said at the beginning of the show, I was in kind of like recovery mode this whole week because I was super out of it last week. I had caught this cold, and this cold took so much out of me that, I even after recovering from it, I needed a whole nother week to just recover. You know what I'm saying? To fully recover and just to kind of get my strength back. And even now, I can't even really eat as reckless as how I would normally eat because anything too crazy will make me just feel sick immediately. Maybe that's because I'm just like like that pure. Because like when you go without eating for a while, because I mean, let's be real. Like when I was in the fetal position with the shivers, I wasn't eating shit. What ain't shit going on when you got the shivers in the fetal position? You're not trying to eat nothing. You're not hungry at that moment in time. But but while your body's kind of going through that phase and you're not eating, you're a little bit like fasting. So you're kind of cleansing your body of all the toxins and things like that. And and when that happens, when you try to reintroduce certain foods into your system, your body doesn't take too well. It rejects a lot of that shit. So I think that's a lot of what I'm going through right now. But at the same time, I don't have the energy to cook anything or anything like that because I'm still trying to like recuperate that energy. So it's just been a real rough few weeks, man. First few days, I woke up, had a temperature, with the shivers, like I said, in the fetal position.
just trying to hydrate and things like that. A few days after that, I felt a little bit better, but I still was running the temperature, feeling super congested, things like that. Altogether, it was probably maybe like 4 days that I was out. And then on that fifth day, I was feeling pretty good, but still very weak. And now we're just kind of like circling back around. Now we in the next weekend. And this whole week, I've been feeling pretty good. It's just a little weary of doing a little bit too much. You know what I'm saying? And like when you're sick and you're just out of breath off of doing the simplest things, that's pretty much what my experience has been. I just kind of just been out of breath doing the littlest things. So that's kind of been my little experience with this little cold. I don't know if it's COVID because I haven't been COVID tested, but with this little cold that I've had so far. P, you want to comment on any of this that I'm going on here? My little experience in the fetal position and the shivers.
I mean, I hope you get better. Me, I haven't really been sick. During the beginning of the year, though, beginning of last year, I forget. It's almost been a year since this coronavirus has happened. I did get sick. Like I was good for a whole week, and then Friday hit, and I woke up and I was just sick, and I was in a fetal position. I was in a fetal position too, and everything just felt cold, and I was shaking. I had all the thick cover on me. I couldn't eat anything, and like I was like that for a couple days, And I went to work on Monday, and I had to install some equipment. Once I installed it, like I immediately went home. Like I just said, I'm going home. And I went to the doctor. All they said was, I had a cold, and they gave me antibiotics, and that was that. But that was before, like coronavirus was. That was like what? Coronavirus came into the United States, like February 2020, March, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of 2020. That I had that in January of 2020. But ever since then, I've been all right. I haven't had any of those symptoms since. And even I even went and got tested, came back negative. I got the antibody test to see if I might have had COVID-19 in the past. Because once you get like the flu or COVID-19, your body develop antibodies to fight back. I got tested for that, came back negative. So I mean, right now I'm just chilling. I go to work, come home. I don't really go out because one, I'm in Florida, and the numbers just keep going up in Florida. I don't know what's going on.
You had the antibodies, so that means you didn't have COVID then. So it's confirmed that you didn't have it.
I didn't have the antibodies.
So that means you never had it, right? So you just had a cold.
Yeah, but I mean, who's to say? Who's to say really? Because antibodies stay in your body for a certain period of time. They don't stay there permanently, So I could have had it at one point early January, but then by the time I got tested, which was March, like around June, it probably been out of my system by then. But yeah.
That's what's up. I mean, I'm glad we both recovered. I can tell you that was a beast.
Because but the thing is that it's COVID-19 is the symptoms is very similar to the flu. So, you could have the flu, you could have coronavirus. The only way is if you get tested, if they stick that thing down your nose, It's the only way you can really tell.
Well, I can't tell you whether or not I had it or not, but I can tell you I was out for the motherfucking count. I was gone. Yeah, I was out of there. Yeah. You couldn't ask me to do shit. I was gone. I didn't answer my phone. I couldn't leave my bed. And here go the thing, like it was so fucked up. Like as I'm in bed, like laying down, trying to recover from it, I got tired of laying in my bed. Like I couldn't lay in my bed because I was like, I had like all these aches. Like my bed got so uncomfortable at a certain point. I'm just like, why not even buy this bed? Like this bed is terrible. Like the bed felt like I was sleeping on rocks. You know what I'm saying? Like it was horrible. So I had to like leave my bed. I had to like go lay on the floor. I had to just anything that wasn't my bed, I had to lay on it because I couldn't stay laid up on my bed because after a while my bed caused me pain. I had to like come to the couch and lay down. I had to like do all these different things in order to kind of soothe myself from the pain that I felt by laying in my bed, which is crazy. Um, but yeah, I mean, between that and the chills and the temperature not being right and headaches, man, it felt like somebody was doing a whole drum roll in my head. Um, and I just didn't feel right, man. Everything was I couldn't imagine having to try to go to work or trying to do anything during that little span of time where I was not feeling well. Um, I was out of it. I was out of it, man. If that was COVID, that ain't no joke. You know what I'm saying? That ain't no
Yeah.
joke for the people out there, man. Yeah, don't take that lightly at all. You know, I had to stay hydrated. But here goes, I had so many like little problems that you don't realize is a problem. You know what I'm saying? When you feel okay. So I have like this little like water cooler thing that I always drink my water out of. But the purpose of the little water cooler is it keeps the water like cold. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
like when your temperature ain't right and you got the shivers, the last thing you want is some cold water. You know what I'm saying? So I was sipping on this damn cold water and I would get the shivers every single time. And I'm just like, it made me not want water. So I'm like, man, we're gonna have to figure out another way to get some water up in me because I'm not drinking this damn cold water. So I had to like forego the use of the water cooler thing that I had and get a regular cup and just kind of let my water just warm up like room temperature water. That way I wasn't drinking no cold water because it, the taste of cold water would send me into sub-zero temperatures as far as my body. And warm water would have the opposite effect, but at least the warm water would, it felt better to be warm rather than cold. So, but yeah, it was just so much going on, man, during that little time span. And even now, I'm just trying to get my bearings back. But yeah, that ain't no damn joke, man. P, what are some of the things that you did when you had your cold in order to get better?
Well, I made sure the water that I did drink was alkaline or at least neutral. Neutral on the pH scale. Neutral is I tried to like 7 and up.
Mm, that
That's
would
the
have
only
been real
water that
helpful
I
for me.
did drink. You know, and then me, man. I have my herbs.
You got your
I remember
medicine
one time you
cabinet.
were laughing about how many herbs that I had. But I keep them on deck. You know, have my elderberry, have my uh sarsaparilla, have my macaroon, you know, have my dandelion, have all that, and I just kept taking my herbs, to flush out my system, my Irish moss, well, my sea moss, you know,
You,
and as I was taking them, I noticed that I would spit out a lot of mucus. So I think that it was working because the amount of mucus that was leaving my body, it was a lot. So
mm,
that's what I did.
gotcha,
You know,
man. For me,
I suggest you get all those herbs like I have.
I do want to get. I don't know about all the stuff you got because you got a whole medicine cabinet, but I do want to get some maca root. I do want to get some. Um, what's one of the other things you named on there? There's a few
Blueberry.
other things that I wanted to get. Elderberry. I got some elderberry here. But there is a few of those things I do want to get. In order to, just overall health thing. You know what I'm saying? But I can't go as OD as you. You take a lot of stuff, man. you take
Hey,
it.
man.
You take stuff throughout the day. I can't keep up with all that.
But
You know what I'm saying?
what the Bible say? Herbs is for healing the nation. That's what
I don't know if they're
take your
talking about
herbs.
that kind of herbs, but I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
The roster said herbs I need let out in there, shine. You know what I'm saying? They're talking about that ganja, that herb. They're talking about. But yeah, man. All in all, man, the moral of the story is, for me, let me talk about what I did. For me, I drank a lot of tea, man. I drank a lot of water. I couldn't eat like a lot of different things, but I tried to like stick to things that, just made me feel better. Like soup, stuff like that. I had a Panera Bread soup. You know what I'm saying? That soup always makes me feel better if I'm not feeling good. I had ramen. Ramen was good, man. Nice little thick broth or whatever, with some noodles and stuff like that. Real ramen, not like the packet ramen and shit like that. Not that. Um, I had a bunch of little, I tried to like stick to things like that made me, that just made me feel better in that moment, and that wasn't hard to digest. Things that I could eat with no problems. Saltine crackers. I did a lot of little snacking here and there, and just try to eat like a lot of fruit, a lot of vitamin C stuff, like grapes and oranges. I ate like oranges whole. Drank orange juice. Did things like that. Just kind of like boost my immune system and stuff like that. So that's pretty much where I was at, man, as far as kind of getting that cold up out of me. And now I'm back to where you see me at now, man. I'm in pretty good health, pretty good spirits, ready to take on the goddamn world. You know what I'm saying? And not really sure whether or not I
Look,
had COVID or not. You think I should go back and get a COVID test now that I'm good or whatever, and have them swipe me down?
I mean, it never hurts in doing it. I think they do testing at like Walgreens and stuff through the drive-through. I think you can get tested and stuff.
Mm.
But well, I don't know how it is in the state in states you're in, but they should have some test sites and stuff. And I mean, that's if you come to them sticking that thing deep down your nose,
That's
stick it
some
all the way in
bullshit,
there.
man. Yeah, I think I
You
had
know,
somebody do that to me before. I ain't like that. You kind of want to sock somebody after they put some shit in your nose.
yeah.
Um, I don't know. I mean, will they find out? They find out I'm COVID positive. I feel like somebody gonna knock on my door and some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody in a hazmat suit is gonna pull up to my shit. You know what I'm saying? And
No, you would
ask me
just
to
have
come
to
with them.
you have to quarantine yourself for like 14 days, and then
I'm
get
already
retested
quarantined
after.
though. I ain't been ever since I was sick like that. I ain't been leaving the house. I've been like really, really just to the crib. That little
Yeah.
stop I had to make earlier. I had to, but other than that, I haven't had the energy to. I haven't been in that type of mindset to go anywhere. After you sick like that, you need a little bit of minute to just kind of reset and reflect on life. You know what I'm saying? That's one of them kind of colds. So, you know, it is what it is, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But moral of the story is though, we feeling good. We're back in order. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Um, Man, when it comes to COVID though, like you said, Florida has spiked. I'm not sure where my state is right now with it. Um, but what are some of the things that you're
Well,
doing, like in
In
states
Georgia,
that?
I don't know what's going on in Georgia, man. Last time I went up there, nobody had on masks. I'm like, what the heck?
Well,
How long it's been? I went there. I went there in I was there in November. and I didn't see nobody with mask on. I thought it was crazy, you know.
It's kind of
But
crazy.
yeah, over here, I see people wear masks all over the place. You can't really go into a store without a mask on. But I guess it's more so Dade County that the numbers, well, Dade and Broward, but mostly Dade. Um, the numbers keep climbing up drastically up there. They still have, they have restrictions. You can't be out at a certain time and stuff like that in Dade, but it's not like that over in Broward. So,
Never thought that Dade would be more regulated than Broward. That's funny. But
you know, I
just
mean,
get
are they
to us.
really are they really enforcing it? I doubt it, but
Mm.
because I mean, let's be real. We know there's some areas that you don't see no cops. Like you don't see no cops in some areas. Like they don't want to be out there. Like, and if you do see them, it's like 10 of them at one time. You're not gonna see one cop car. So especially in the black areas, you're not gonna see no police cars. So are they really enforcing that stuff over there? Probably not.
Mm.
Maybe in the areas where it's less black people, but the black areas, I doubt that they're stopping people and giving them any type of citation or anything. You know.
Gotcha. Well, whatever the case is, we hope that you and your family staying safe during these times, man. It is crazy out here. So do your part to stay safe and keep your family safe, man. But that is pretty much it, man. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. It's been a pretty good show today, man. Been a real good show today. You know what I'm saying? Hope that you liked the video, man. Go ahead and drop a like button on there. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Um, Business owners, if you're a black business and you would like your business reviewed, all right, go ahead and send me an email, kingdavid545@gmail.com. We will review your video, get it up on the page, man. So bring some spotlight and some attention to your black business. Like the page on Facebook, Africonomy on Facebook, and like the Facebook page. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. P, do you have any final thoughts you want to go ahead and drop on the people before we go ahead and disembark?
Not really. I just want to say, be safe and think black. It's Black History Month. Everybody should make an extra effort, especially this month to, try to support your local black business. You know, if you can, please do, you know,
Mhm.
make an attempt to make a purchase at a black business.
Definitely go ahead and do that, man. Definitely support your local black businesses for sure. That's what we all about here. And yeah, man. What was I gonna say? Shit. Uh, yes, we got another video coming out next week, a Black Business Review. It is going to be the third part to our review on WeBuyBlack.com. We dropped the first video, which was a first impressions video. We dropped the second video. We're going to be dropping, I'm sorry, not the third part, the second part. We're dropping the second part to that review video, which is going to be the comprehensive review. We're going to be dropping that next week. The comprehensive review to WeBuyBlack.com. And then after that, we're going to be reviewing some other black businesses, some other black products. So if you have any suggestions, even if you're not the business that we're going to be reviewing, if you have any suggestions, anything you want to see us review, go ahead and drop it in the comment section below. Or you can shoot us the email, kingdavid545@gmail.com, and we'll look into it and see if we can get a review on that bad boy. Well, other than that, me and P are up out of here. Peace.
Yep. Peace.